Hey guys, this is Dan from Realm Space Gaming, and today we're looking at Ravenbound. Ravenbound is an action roguelite with the open world freedom to choose your own path. You will be travelling across the vast island of a vault by taking the form of a raven. The game is currently 20% off during the Steam Summer Sale, which runs up to July 13th. If you download the game during this period, you will receive the new Hammers of a Vault DLC for free. In this video today, we're going to be talking about the things I wish I knew sooner while playing the game and any tips, tricks or game knowledge for the new or current players. Before you even jump into the game, it's important to know that you will not complete this game in your first run or even your 10th. In Ravenbound, you're supposed to die. The more time you play through, the more cards you'll receive to make your next run that little bit easier. The developers of Ravenbound have also added a skill tree into the latest DLC. Each time you level up using the legacy experience from completing quests in game, you will receive a skill point. These skill points are what you will spend in the skill tree. You have passive perks which will be active throughout each playthrough. You can also unlock new traits, weapons, and even different playable characters. The more of these passive skills you unlock, the easier your playthroughs will become. Once you've jumped into the game and launched off the cliff into your Raven form, you will need to head straight to the first Tear of Hatred. The Tear of Hatred will be marked on your screen by the blue objective marker. These Tears of Hatred have corrupted all of the chests around it with hatred. I will explain more about the hatred system later on in the video. Once you've arrived at the Tear, you will come face to face with an assortment of enemies. You will need to kill these enemies in order to cleanse the Tear. Once the Tear has been cleansed, you will find the chests around can be opened freely without gaining an additional hatred. You will also find 5 mana in the centre of the pillar, which you need to make sure you pick up, as mana is what you will use to purchase any card throughout the game. Once you've done this, you'll notice some fragments on the ground. Make sure you pick these up. A little tip is to remember you have a grappling hook. Make use of this to get out of the Tear, as it makes life a lot easier. Now, you're probably wondering what these fragments are and what you've picked up off the ground. These fragments that drop from enemies you kill will help you gain more cards. These fragments will need to be merged once you've filled all 3 slots located at the bottom right of your HUD. When you merge these together, you will be presented with 3 cards. These cards are your upgrades and can be purchased by the mana you've just collected. Just a quick one, mana can be collected at Tears of Hatred or from chests in the camps you've cleared. Back to the cards. The cards come with all different types of upgrades, including weapons, armor, gold, various increases in damage, luck, focus, and finally mana cards, as previously explained. Once you've chosen a card and equipped it into your relic spots, then you will notice you have no more fragments in the slots. But you'll notice a sliver of red making its way along the bar. This is the hatred system coming into play. As you keep merging fragments, this red bar will keep filling up until it eventually has filled up one of the slots that your fragments go in, and you'll be unable to use it. You might think this is a good thing and that you only need 2 fragments to merge now instead of 3. However, you would be mistaken. If you were to merge 2 fragments together whilst the first slot is blocked due to hatred, this will give you a hatred card as one of the 3 cards that pop up. This card will automatically apply a debuff. This might come in the form of a debuff to your equipment or stats, or it might mean an increase in strength to your enemies. Finally, you'll notice that the fragments you pick up will have a different colour. The different colour represents the different types of enemies you have killed to gain them. These will also have different buffs. For example, the orange stands for a fire buff, and the purple gives a card with the curse buff. With you being outside, now is the time to complete the objectives and upgrade your character for the boss fight at the end of the area. You will notice multiple blue markers on your map. These are the objectives you will need to complete in order to unlock the boss at the end of the area. These are just camps full of certain enemies which you will need to kill and loot the chest. This means just playing the objectives will get you plenty of upgrades through the card system. Just make sure you keep a reserve of mana on you, otherwise you won't be able to purchase any cards. However, if you can't purchase any card, you can always drain them, meaning for each card you drain, you will gain 50 gold. I will go through what gold can get you later on in the video. You will notice there is another objective in the top left of your HUD. This is to merge the fragments together a set number of times. This is quite self-explanatory. You should also notice a green marker. Now this is what we call an adventure quest. This adventure quest will always end up taking you to the village of the area. There'll be an NPC offering a quest, which will be to go to the camp marked in the new green marker on the map and kill all the enemies. Once you kill all the enemies, you will be able to open the chest as usual. However, don't forget to pick up the object with the green marker. Once you've got this, head back to the NPC in the village to turn in the quest, and you'll be rewarded with 100 gold. Speaking of the village, this place is used for a whole lot more than just a quest. This is also where you will find all the merchant NPCs. These merchants will sell you something or a service for gold. The first merchant is located at the anvil symbol. As you can imagine, this person sells armor and weapons. The next merchant sells relic slots. You start off your game with 3 relic slots and get a maximum of 10, meaning you've got to unlock the next 7 slots. You can unlock these through cards you gain out of chests, but if you don't fancy your luck, you can always buy them from this merchant for the price of 50 gold. The next merchant is likely to be your best friend. This merchant will heal you for the price of 50 gold. And finally, the gambler. To use the gambler's services, it will cost you 100 gold. He will then throw up 3 cards for you to purchase with mana. However, be careful as you're not always bound to get the good cards you want. Personally, I tend to stay well clear, as instead of wasting 100 gold, I'd rather buy 2 relic slots, or save my gold for healing. Once you've completed all the objectives and feel that your character is ready to take on the boss at the end of the area, it's time for you to head over there. When you arrive, the door will open very slowly, and once in, just run all the way through till you reach the arena. In the middle, you will find him waiting there. Enter the arena and give it your best shot. If you succeed, you will be granted access to Svarli. Speak with them and you will be stripped of any hatred gained in your fragment slot and start the whole thing over again in the next area. Now, let's go through a few tips and tricks I picked up whilst playing through the game. Smash all the small and large jars you find in the world. These will reward you with gold, giving you a head start straight off the bat. Once you spawn in, glide straight down to the base of the temple. Once there, you will find the tutorial area. You will find a load of pots waiting for you to smash them. I tend to gain around 50 gold and then head straight over to the tear. Make sure you keep 50 to 100 gold spare. This is for when you go and fight the boss. Before even entertaining that idea, make sure you're on full health. If you're not on full health, that's what the spare gold is for. Head straight over to the healing merchant and get yourself up to 100% HP. Every little helps against the boss. Once your first fragment slot has been taken over by hatred, don't merge anymore and head towards the boss. The dodge key will be your best friend. Through my time playing the game, I didn't tend to use the block and parry function. I stuck with the dodge, as when this is performed successfully, your blade will glow purple and you will become frenzied, dealing extra damage. Keep your keys of vigor safe. If you end up gaining hatred in the game, you can go to the village and next to the point you turn yourself into a crow will be a big glowing crow. Speak with him and you'll be able to clear all hatred, meaning this can come in rather handy. Remember, when you're in the game, you'll be wanting to get as much legacy experience as possible. Head straight over to the village, which is the green marker as explained earlier. Once you touch down in the village, you will gain 50 legacy experience for just exploring it. While going around the different campsites, make sure to take note of the different types of enemies being displayed. If you see the enemy's head surrounded by an orange shroud, just be aware you'll be up for a challenging fight, but it's definitely doable. However, if you see an enemy's head with a red shroud, from my experience playing the game, these camps are extremely difficult, and has ended up being the death of me many times. Never forget to spend your skill points at the skill tree, as if you fail to do so, you are missing out on a whole load of extra perks and passive abilities. With Ravenbound currently being on sale and with its new DLC, I would definitely recommend picking up the game. For me personally, whenever I've had a spare couple of hours and just want a break from the usual games I play, I always jump straight back into Ravenbound. There is something quite addicting to wanting to beat your last run or wanting to fill out and complete the skill tree. And that wraps up our tips, tricks and knowledge of Ravenbound. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please like, comment and subscribe. And don't forget, if you pick up the game whilst it's 20% off in the Steam Summer Sale and receive the new DLC completely free. This has been Dan from Realm Space Gaming, hoping you enjoy the rest of your day.